It's created by Lady T, and if this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. In this channel I talk about crochet, sewing, quilting, and all related items. And today what I'm going to do is I am going to have a serger project for you. And it's going to be to make a little blanket for a dog, or you could make it for a baby. And I'm going to go through the steps, and I'm going to show you how to use your serger to do the edges. It's easy, but it's not easy, because I'm going to show you how to do the blanket stitch. Now the serger I have is the Bernette B64 Air Threader, but what I'm going to show you will work with any serger, because I figured out the numbers on the serger, what to do to create a blanket stitch. And so pretty much any serger can do this. So you don't need any special sergers. So you could use any serger that you have. So let me show you what you're going to do on the serger, and then I'll show you how I cut my fabric, and then I'll go through the steps that you need to make to create this blanket. Okay, so here's my serger. It's the B64 airlock serger, and what I've done is I've thread the lower looper and the upper looper and the first needle setting. So I only have one needle setting. And what I did is on the lower looper, I put it on the 4, and the upper looper, I put it on the number 9. Now that could work with all sergers, because you would have these numbers on all your sergers. And on the thread part, I used a number 1. I put it on number 1, and I just used a 12 weight thread. So that's what I did. And you can look here. This is where my stitch length and my all my other numbers are over here. So I've left the cutter on, so make sure that the cutter is on. And the stitch that I'm talking about looks like this, which is close to a blanket stitch. And the back is serged really beautifully. And so to do this, what you would do is put both of these right sides facing out. And then I put a piece of binding in the back, in the middle, I'm sorry. So this one that I did, I used minky. And this is the flannel fabric. And it has little doggies on it. So it's really cute. So right now what I have is another one very similar to that. And I have another flannel backing, and I have my batting over here. I've sandwiched this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this through the serger, and I'm not going to round the corners, but certainly you can round the corners if you want. You can just take a ruler like this, and you can round the cut them and round the corners. But I just want mine to be straight. Now, some of the salvage end is here. That's fine, because my serger is gonna cut it all off. So one of the things I like about the serger is that it cuts, and it cuts nicely, and you don't have to go back and trim it again with a rotary cutter after you've sewn. So that's what I like about using the serger. So I'm going to take all 4 of these ends, and I'm going to put it through the serger, and then I'm going to weave the ends, and then I'll be done. Okay, so my fabric is inside my serger, and so I'm gonna leave about a little more than a 1/4 inch length to go around. So I suggest that you take a little practice piece first before you start to sew, because you don't want to mess up some nice fabric. So Joann's sometimes has remnant fabrics. So they're really cheap. I think they're like 75% off. So I like to practice on remnant fabrics if I don't have my own, or if I don't want to bother using my nice fabrics, or if you have some scrap fabric of your own. But if you don't have it and you want similar fabric to what you're using, I suggest that you go to Joann and get some remnant fabric, or any fabric store that has remnant fabric, or sometimes secondhand stores have remnant fabrics that people have donated, and practice on similar fabric types, and with the needle that you're going to use, and the threads you're going to use. So this is an overlocker needle that I'm using, and that's what I'll be using today. So really important to do your practice before you actually do the final version. Okay, so here we go, and I've already started serging, and now I'm going to serge all around here, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So I finished off the first row, but I messed up over here because I moved, and some of the fabric came out. So what I'm going to do is use like a fusible fabric to tack this down later. But the blanket stitch looks really good everywhere except here. Now, if you make a mistake like this, the thing about the serger is if you do make a mistake, unlike sewing, you can't just you can take a seam ripper and take it out and do it again, especially if you're going to do clothes. But for me, this little area is not going to really bother me too much. So I'll show you how I'm going to fix this later on. So I ended it here, and I did not leave a tail, but I'm going to leave a tail this way, and I'm going to go down like this. So when you hold your fabric and it's thick like this, you have to hold your fabric with 2 hands, which I can't do because I'm holding my video, but one hand should be holding and gripping the fabric here, and the next hand should be holding and gripping the fabric here. That way it's nice and it's straight. And you know, and go slow on the serger if you don't have a lot of experience with it. I don't have a lot of experience with the serger, even though I'm making a video about this. It's still new to me, but it's fascinating and it seems like a lot of fun. So just go really slow if you don't have a lot of experience using a serger. So it's good to leave a tail like this and just cut a little bit off like so. And I'm going to show you how to weave in these tails. So it does move a little bit. You see over here, I have like one more side left, and I have all this. So you do have to like really push it, and I have to go in this way now when I'm sewing. I'm going to go in that way. And so I just want to show you it does move, and it's okay. Okay, so this is all done. And the product I'm going to be using, and I'm not really endorsing it or anything, but it's just like a quick fabric adhesive that I use, and in that little area, which I can't even find it anymore. Remember in the beginning, I told you that I had this little piece over here, and what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of that on my on this blanket, and it'll dry very quickly. And oops, So I'll just take a little bit and just dot it a little bit like that so it doesn't mess up. And even though it looks kind of gummy right now, it's going to dry and it's not going to be seen, and it'll just hold those stitches in place. That little area, it looks a little, it's like fake eyelashes, so it will dry. And I'll just, you know, dab it a little bit this way too, so it doesn't stay messy. But there it is. You hardly will see it at all. Now, to weave in the ends, what I use is a double needle. And this is what a double needle looks like. It has holes on each side. And what I do is I take the piece and I put it through the double needle. And because I don't want it to be seen on this side, because it's, you know, the white side, there's white here, and this is red thread, I take it through the red parts in the back. And I just put it through the loops like this. And I just kind of hide the ends in like that. And you don't even know that there's a piece there. And then I'll just take a pair of scissors and cut it. Now, some people do use this over here, but I don't. So if you want to, go for it, but I just don't do it. So that's just me. But if you want to, and you feel like, you know, you want to do it because it's cleaner for you, you can. I just think that, you know, the least amount of glue for me is the best. So I just take it and I put it through the holes in the back, through the loops, just like that. And it blends in with the red color of the backing. So you kind of have to use your judgment, you know, when you're doing this. And I love this double needle that has holes on both sides. It's a very useful tool. And so now I'll just go through all the 4 sides and do the same thing. And then I'm done with this blanket. And I can give it to my dogs. Okay, so here is the finished blanket, and I did it in only like less than a half hour. So the hardest part about doing this is getting your serger set up and cutting the fabric. So, and once you do that, the rest of it is just putting it through the serger. And you know, this would also make a good baby blanket if you need a fast baby blanket to take for a gift or just to use for your own baby or for yourself. You can make this a bigger one to take to the park if you want a blanket to sit and enjoy. So let's see how my dogs like it. Okay, come on guys. Let's see how you guys like the new bed, little. Okay, so here is the doggy blanket, and my dog Luke likes it, and my dog Lucy likes it too. They're looking at the video. So here it is on their little couch that I have for them, and it matches the couch, which I wanted to match the couch. And come here, look at your blankie. There we go, here's a cookie. Here's a cookie. Alrighty, so there's my dog blanket. Okay, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'll have more projects for you, your dog, your house coming up. I'll have crochet, sewing tutorials coming up, created by Lady T. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel.